Good evening, welcome all of you. Here we are going to discuss a good topic that is on let the all conscious decide. That is the topic of discussion. Let the all conscious decide. Most of the time, when we move in the track decided by you, so far the spiritual life is concerned, everything to be decided by the divine, because without the divine nothing really happens here, because in integral yogic process divine is the beginning, divine is the end, divine is the goal, and the divine is all around us, divine is guiding us, and without the divine life is all the way impossible. So we have our system of life, system of thinking, style of moving. So many ways we move, we think, we decide, we go. And the thing is that what we think that never happens. So far this yogic or sadhana process is concerned, for us everything has to happen, everything has to be achieved only by the divine, of the divine, through the divine, for the divine, and with the divine. So that is the topic of discussion. Let the all conscious decide, and we'll decide it from mother. So I am fully convinced, mother course, I am fully convinced that the confusion in the world, so many confusions in the world, actually how things are done, who does it, how it is done, how we are preoccupied, and like this, mother course, I am fully convinced that the confusion in the world is there to teach us how to live from day to day. How to live from day to day. This is to say, not to be preoccupied with what may happen, what will happen. Everything must be avoided. What to happen, what may happen, what will happen. We must not be preoccupied with these things. Then what? Just to occupy oneself day by doing what one has to do. That is what. But how shall he know? Really, the thing, how shall he know that what has to be done? And we must not bother what will happen, and what may happen. With those two concepts, we must not be preoccupied. But the thing is that we must carry on. We must be occupied day to day by doing what one has to do. So, what your mother course? All thinking, pre-planning, third, arrangements, and all that are favorable to much disorder. If you are preoccupied with all these things, so things will not come on the way. There will be a lot of confusions, lot of disorders like this. So, another course, all thinkings, pre-plannings, and arrangements, and all that is. Lovely thing. All thinkings, all pre-plannings, and all arrangements are very favorable to much disorder if you are preoccupied with the things, what may happen, what will happen. So many ways this confusion will carry you to nowhere. It is only brings disorder, distortion, and deflections like this for you, and no positive solution. So again, to live almost minute by minute. Initially, mother quoted day by day. Here is mother coming to live almost minute by minute, to be like that, attentive only to the thing that is to be done, what to be done, and you must be attentive to that only. You must be very much pinpointed what to be done at the moment, and then the all conscious decide. That is what. I am in with my decision, whatever I am going, whatever I am doing, however I am preoccupied, however I am going, everything is fully, listen, it will a confusing factor. It will carry me to nowhere. So what I have to do, that the all conscious decide. We can never know things, even with the widest vision, because our vision, our thoughts, our mental activities, and our mental perception is very much limited. We see a little of the entire thing. It is not coming up to our mental, arena. So, mother quotes, even if the widest vision, we know things that is only very partially. Whatever you think, that is only a part of the entire thing to be done. From a strong climb to a low peaked height, Why is no, but only half of the truth? The hearts that yarn is given 1 hour to love. The gods are too few in human forms. I can quote from Savitri. These are the great terms because we are having the perception, and that is very much partial. Mother quotes very partially twice. So our attention is drawn by what and that, and still other things are there. We are limited to a very prefixed and very specified arena, very specified person. But most of the things are there, they are outside. By giving great importance to things dangerous and harmful, you have to you only add strength to them. It has got no value. They don't have the that much significance, but you give significance to them. You give value to them, nothing else. Give importance to the things that are dangerous and harmful. Simply adding fuel to the non-collaborating things like strength to them, but you are not helping to get rid of them. Again, mother goes. When you are assailed by the vision of such a disorder and confusion, assailed, they don't come, they don't move around. When you are assailed by vision of such disorder and confusion, you have to only to do one thing, to enter into consciousness where you see the one being and one consciousness, one power. That is what. You suppose this confusion and disorder are coming, you just focus upon one thing, that is, you just try to see only one being, one consciousness, and one power, nothing else. There is only one, a single unity, and all that is taking place within this unity. This single unity, this is the entire whole, this is the entire set, and whatever rest we see, these are the elements or subsets of that great set, that unity. So single unity, that single set we must see. And all our insignificant visions and knowings and judgments and dash other course, what they are really insignificant, like visions, knowings and judgments, all that are mere nothing. They don't have the that greater value. Only thing is that it is a microscopic in comparison with the consciousness presiding over all, the consciousness which is presiding over all that we see, we find, we judge, we know, our visions, everything are only microscopic factors of the great unity of the the consciousness which is presiding over all. Therefore, mother course, if one had a least sense of region, mother course again, suppose somebody who is in this regard trying to know, trying to put forward, trying to analyze, if she is having the sense of region, why separate individualities existed? This region. Why separate individualities is existing? And one should see that it is only by allowing aspiration, the existence of aspiration, of this movement of self-giving, surrender, trust and faith. This is the you will know that that the separative individuality is why it existed. Then one will see that it is only for the allowing aspiration, existence of aspiration, of this movement of self-giving and surrender, truth and trust and faith. Things are everything going collaboratively simultaneously. All these are, existed because of this aspiration, surrender, trust, faith, like this only. And it is this that very reason why individual we are built up for this aspiration, trust, faith, self-giving, existence of aspiration, so many things. And it is this that the very reason why individuals were built up, and then for you became that in all sincerity and intensity, it is all that is needed. With all your, sincerity and the intensity, the course two terms, sincerity and the intensity. Then again, it is all that is needed. It is only thing and only that says all the rest. Another course, phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria, that is a great term, great term, and one new phantasmagoria. So again, mother goes a little bit forward. See, means till then, fantastic, in a fanatic world you are moving. You just think about without the reality. You just move here and there, simply claiming that I have done something, I know something. There is actually absolutely no value, because whatever you see, that is true, but actually not entirely true. It is only half truth. Thing is, whatever you know, that is also partial. Whatever you believe, that is also partial. You don't have anything to do. You can do, you can think, you can't believe. Everything has to be decided, believed, done, thought by the divine. That is the best way. And let him do everything you do. You open yourself like this. And again, mother quotes, and it is only thing valid in every case. So when you want to do a thing, number one, in every case, when you suppose you want to start with a thing, you want to do a thing, when you can't do a thing, when you move, and when the body is no more able to move, very interesting, either or, neither nor. So many ways we get contradictory like this, but the thing is that, when you that like this opposite characteristic, when you want to do a thing and you can do a thing. Second, when you move and when the body is no more able to move. In every case, the only that to come conscious contact with the supreme consciousness. Nothing can be done. In the, whenever your bat is moving, you are clicking to fours and sixes, boundaries and over boundaries. People say, they shout like anything. And when that, you are getting zero again and again, or with a little one, two, three, with a minimum score, then also there is shouting. Then that they you just imagine initial shouting and this latter part of final shouting, the entire purpose is different. So thing is that you can do anything. Then what you have to do, you have to be in conscious contact with the supreme consciousness, to be united with it, to be, conscious contact with not only in contact, because this yoga means conscious contact, to be in conscious contact with the supreme consciousness, to be united with it, and wait, something will come, because that supreme consciousness, conscious contact, and conscious contact with the supreme consciousness and the unity with the that supreme consciousness, that is a must. You have to do, let him do. You just open yourself, let him come in, let him come down, let him enter in, let him work, be the silent witness. And finally you tell Rathanigitosmi Tathakarami, I am here to do thy work. I am like an instrument. I will be here to do thy work. I am ready to carry out thy will. Yes, that is what. You just become an instrument and let him penetrate and let him do the work, whatever has been decided by him. Then mother quotes goes little bit ahead. It is then that you receive the exact indication of what you ought to do at each moment. At each moment, in every point of time, in every step, whatever you want to do, how you want to do, what you have to do, you will get the right indication. To do, not to do, to act and to be stone still. Every indication, every sort of indication you will get. To do it or not to do it. Second, to act or to be stone still or simply silent. Dynamism or staticity. Everything, whatever do, you will get the indication. That's all. And even to be or not to be, that is another factor. It is this indication also you will get, to be or not to be. That is only the solution. That is the only solution. More and more, more and more, the certitude is there. Everything has to be decided. You have to do nothing. Simply you wait for the command. Command will come. This command will carry you to everywhere. In every positive steps, every positive direction, it will take to reach the final goal. And this certitude is there. This is the only solution. All the best is more child. All the rest is mere childishness. You know nothing but mother course. This is only your childishness. So you have to do, you have to think, you have to give. That is the real thing you are going to carry out, perform, and this is the great thing and the great aspect and great part in you. That is a great part in you. Anyway, I'll try to quote in two messages from Sri Aurobindo, as Sri Aurobindo has given. Mother Sri Aurobindo quotes God's work. God has all time Sri Aurobindo quotes before him and does not need it to be always in a hurry. So he waits for the proper step, proper time, proper direction, and the proper circumstance, and the proper planning he has. He is not in a hurry, as we are in a hurry, and he will do of his own. As per our wish, as per our will, it never happens. And two more quotations I want to give. God's working is like God guides best when he tempts worst. That must be taken care. God guides guest. One of the best messages I have ever heard. Of course, everything is best. For us, I remember God guides best when it tempts worst, loves entirely when punishes cruelly, and helps perfectly when violently he opposes. Most of the time, you can find in your life opposes violently. That is the best perfect help you are going to obtain. And punishes cruelly. Finally, you will get that entire love is entire. And tempts host. That is the best time you can find. He is guiding to the best. Again, the very fantastic thing we are going to discuss right now. When thou art able to see how necessary is suffering to final delight, necessity of suffering towards final delight, failure to utter effectiveness, failure, and through it you are going for the utter effectiveness, and the retardation to the last rapidity. Then thou mayst begin to understand something, and however faintly or dimly, God's working. Just imagine suffering you don't like, failure you don't prefer, retardation you don't like. But thing is that after suffering comes the delight, and through suffering you are going for final delight, and through failure to after effectiveness, through retardation to the last rapidity. When you will understand faintly or dimly, this is really the God's working. Vande Matra.